YouTube. I start off by using Dawn Ultra Dawn Platinum. I'm using this little brush thingy to clean up under my nails because I'm wearing nails and I don't want what's up under my nails to get in my brushes as I'm cleaning. Here are some helpful tips to help you along the way as you start cleaning your brushes. Start off by applying a dime-sized amount of soap to your brush and clean under your nails thoroughly and wash your hands before cleaning your brushes. I like to do this step just to make sure when I'm cleaning my brushes that I won't clean them and add more bacteria inside my brushes and let them air dry. And then once I apply makeup, I'm putting more bacteria on my face. So I like to do this step just to ensure that I'm thoroughly cleaning my brushes along with my hands and nails. Rinse your brushes thoroughly before applying soap. Apply the soap, hold your brush at a downward angle so that none of the soap and water get in the metal capsule of the brush to avoid your bristles from falling apart. Here are some more helpful tips to help you along the way as you clean your brushes. Apply a dime-sized amount of soap. As you can see, I applied just a little bit too much. Cleaning your brush in a swirling motion prevents your bristles from getting bent. Use your fingertips and your nails to clean the bristles and to spread the soap or shampoo that you use throughout the bristles to make sure they're actually clean. Your makeup brush completely. Make sure that you're rinsing your brushes very well to rinse out any soap or shampoo or whatever you use to clean your makeup brushes completely. Squeeze the tip of your brush to make sure there's no extra soap left over, and if there's soap left over, repeat the step and rinse properly. For your bigger brushes like your foundation brushes or your powder brushes, make sure you rinse it thoroughly before you apply any soap. Then apply more than just a dime size. Use swirling motions like the first couple of steps that I said before, and clean your makeup brushes. Make sure you use your fingertips to evenly distribute some of the soap just to make sure it's getting inside the bristles to make sure it's completely cleaning your makeup brushes. You can also use back and forth motions to clean bigger brushes as well. It really looks like I'm squeezing the crap out of my makeup brushes, but I'm actually not. I'm actually using soft, gentle squeezes as I rinse my brushes and clean them. For your larger brushes, you might have to go in more than once to clean them just to ensure that you're cleaning all the makeup out of the makeup brushes, especially the powder brushes and the foundation brushes. I know they say you're not supposed to hold your brushes at a certain angle or leave them laying flat, but I'm baffled on how to do this for a double-ended brush. So what I do is I make sure I clean both of my sides very well in swirling motions, and because it's a double-sided brush, I make sure I pat them dry on one end and do the same thing for the opposite end, and I just put a towel or a paper towel on both ends and wrap it up just to make sure it soaks up most of the water for a double-ended brush. I don't want to mess up this brush because I actually got this brush in my Ipsy bag, and I like this brush. Now here I'm cleaning my e.l.f. contouring brush. Now this brush is kind of tricky because it's already at an angle, so you definitely want to use back and forth motions and swirling motions to clean this brush and rinse it thoroughly. After you rinse your brushes and you clean them thoroughly and you soak all the excess water out of your brushes, make sure to Squeeze your brushes back in the shape that they were originally before you lay them or set them upright in the position that you want them to dry in, because if you don't do that step, then it will bend your bristles and your brush will be out of shape. And you might as well just throw your brush away, because it's pretty much no good, because your bristles are not going to be useful or helpful when you're doing your blending or your contouring or applying your makeup. Like I said, make sure you rinse it and you squeeze your bristles in the shape that it was already in previously before you start washing. Now, this is 2 parts to my video, and I'm actually going to the second part. This is actually the second step and the second technique that I use to clean my makeup brushes. Now, you can also use Dial soap. It actually cleans your brushes very well, because if you use makeup or foundation and it stains your brush, Dial soap is a good thing to use to clean your brushes, along with some rubbing alcohol. After you clean your brushes with the soap, you let your brush air dry after you soak up all the excess water, and you find that it still has makeup or the stain in it from the foundation or the eyeshadow, dip your brush in the rubbing alcohol and it removes some of the excess makeup from your makeup brushes. As you can see, the Dial soap cleans just as well as the Done Platinum or the Done Ultra. After cleaning my brush and I let it air dry, I noticed that in my foundation brush or my stippling brush that I use for my foundation, it still had that stain in the middle of my brush. So what I did was I dipped it in my rubbing alcohol and I squeezed it out. And if I see that it's still makeup inside my brush after I squeeze it out, I dip it back into the alcohol after pouring some new alcohol into the bowl, and I repeat the step. Now, if I find that it's too much makeup coming out of my brush, I will re-clean my brush with the Dial or the Done Platinum or the Done Ultra. Using rubbing alcohol to sanitize your brush is a good way to clean your brushes as well. If you're a makeup artist on the go and you don't have time to clean your brushes, you can also dip your brush in the rubbing alcohol and it'll sanitize and clean your brushes as well, instead of you using a mild shampoo or whatever soap you use to clean your makeup brushes. As you can see at this point, my makeup brush and the rubbing alcohol that's in my bowl is primarily pretty much still clean, but there's still some makeup coming out of the makeup brush. So what I did was redip it again and squeezed it to make sure there's not, too much makeup still left in my brush, and I go back and I clean it thoroughly. And as you can see, most of the stain that's in the middle of my brush is primarily gone. Now right here, I'm going to get a little bit closer to my makeup bowl that I clean my brushes in, and I'm going to squeeze it, and as you can see, some of the makeup still came out of my brush, so that's an indication that I still have some makeup left inside of my brush. So I'm going to let that brush air dry after I dip it into the alcohol and go back and re-clean that brush. But this is a technique that I use and how I clean my makeup brushes, and I hope this was helpful to some, and if not, to all. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this video, because I had a great time making it. And until my next video comes out, you know what to do, and you know what happens at the end of all my videos. Peace out.